And sometimes you don't know what to do with all that anxiety, and you feel despair or hopelessness. And in Islam, I never have to feel that because I know that Allah is there. I had a very special experience, and that is that, I was upset about something, and I was crying, and I was making my prayers, and when I made sujood, I felt as if a warm blanket came and laid over my back. And it was really an amazing, comforting feeling, but I felt like, Allah is right there with me, and He's not leaving me no matter how hard it gets. All I have to do is try. And I'm not perfect. I make a lot of mistakes. And inshallah, every verse of the Quran, almost, I think, starts with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, that Allah is merciful. And this is very comforting to find that in the religion. The other thing, I think, is that there's a lot of confusion in the Christian religion, and I didn't realize that when I was in it. Like now, trying to make dawah, we talk about the Trinity, and I believed in the Trinity because I was taught that it says in the Bible, blessed are those who see and believe, they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who do not see, and yet believe, they shall inherit the kingdom of God. So as a Christian, I was told, don't question, believe without question, and that makes you a better Christian. What Islam has taught me is that I can question things, and question them until I understand them, until they are so firmly rooted in my heart that there's no question about whether or not I believe it. It becomes a part of me. So this is something I really like. And I love the sisterhood and the brotherhood, because while Muslims definitely need to be more united, because they're not always, when we're united, we're so strong. When we stand next to each other, I think somebody said that, like the bricks in a wall, if you stand this close to each other in prayer so nothing can get in between, this is how we need to stand next to each other in life, because we're all the same. We all struggle the same, we all bleed the same and sweat the same, and if we have the same love for each other and want Jannah for each other as much as we want it for ourselves, as a society, who would not want to be Muslim?
Okay, Sister Cheryl, just one final question. Just what do you, from your perspective, what do you think the future for Islam in America is?
Oh, I think I heard that by 2015 there'll be more Muslims in the United States than non-Muslims. And I'm not, than any other religion. I'm not sure if that's true, but I do see Islam growing at a tremendous rate. Why Islam alone in this area has 80 shahadas a month. My little tiny program at ISCJ, we've had 10, and we've only been around for 10 months, but we see people coming in all the time that are interested. People in the United States need something. A lot of them are empty and they lack hope. There's drug and alcohol problems sometimes. Actually, 67% of Americans do not drink at all. And it's not necessarily because of religion. They just don't drink. But you have many problems of poverty, of racism. People are pretty desperate. And the answer is in Islam. The moment that I knew exactly that I was going to convert, I knew this was it. I was driving in the car. It was about less than 2 weeks after I had read this book about the miracles of the Quran. And you know how the sun comes through the clouds? My mother always told me that this is God shining down on you. And I was driving in the car, and I was feeling so far away from God. And it's not that anything bad was happening. I just felt lonely, and I remembered one of my teachers saying to me, if you feel far away from God, who moved? God didn't move, Cheryl. You moved. And, at that moment, I was begging God to please hold on to me because I felt alone. And that was it. It came into my heart, and that's why I think it's a miracle, because I believe so strongly what I believed before, and at that very moment, my heart was turned. Somebody said to me that Allah has your heart between His fingers, and when He turns it, you don't have a choice, and I believe this very strongly.
Alhamdulillah. Well, Sister Cheryl, thank you very much. We really appreciate you spending time with us, and I'm sure that our viewers really appreciate hearing your story. And I hope that they were able to get some insight from Sister Cheryl about life for Muslims in America and the Muslim women, and even some insight to why people are accepting and turning